Hot Mike.
37 days.
Again, Thomas Tarbelane is spending time with his children, introducing them to his wife. I did talk with my sister, and she said she would not be making an appearance to meet his kids.
Donovan.
So,
Not surprising.
I mean, yeah, I guess given what he did to her through this whole thing. Okay. Okay. Meta magic.
37 new potions. Hit crate. Oh, yes.
Okay. Now the real question is, what will be the spell? What 9th level spell will Thomas take? Will it be Mass Polymorph? Will it be Psychic Scream? Will it be Time Stop? Will it be Power Word Kill? No, my friends. I have been dreaming of this day for a long time. I have wanted it in every character I've ever created. But I could never stick to one class long enough to get 9th level magic. Thomas will now have Wish.
I was wondering.
Although, just so you're aware, I think story-wise, you're still going to have to at least tell him that the power is inside him to wish for Fiona's immortality.
Okay.
Search compendium. Wish. 2024 version of Wish.
Using the 2024 version? I didn't think we.
No. I was just making a joke.
As if anything, the 2024 version nerfed it.
Yeah. I wish for the gods to be restored to their full power. Oh, that would be a monkey's paw wish for Thomas if I ever heard one.
So I have a couple ideas about what happened if someone used a wish-like ability to want that. So feel free to do that if you'd like.
Oh. No, because that is too monkey's paw. And I'm pretty sure at that point, Kami would become a full-blown enemy to the part. Well, I don't even know. I don't know who becomes the enemy here, Thomas or Kami. Because I think Ro would take Kami's side in that. So, and Ro would become the morality of the party.
I wasn't.
So I think Thomas. Well, I mean, you are that, but like in a PvP scenario, whatever side Ro is on, based on party dynamics is going to be the morality side. So if Ro took Thomas's side because restoring the gods was the right thing to do because faith, that seems so weird for me to even say. Yeah, anyway. Wish is on my sheet. Now I need, what else do I need? I need to get a hit die.
And enemy is in
Core. Oof.
I'm curious, what does Rogue get?
Third level warlock spell slot and an invocation.
Any good ideas for what I should take as my meta magic?
Did you look at the approved third-party metamagic document?
I have not yet. I'm seeking suggestion before opening documents.
Do you have safety spell or careful spell, whatever they call it?
Hmm. I have Mirrored Spell, Liquid Spell, and Twin Spell.
Okay, in which case I think it's called careful spell, so that you can drop fireballs and shit without blowing up the party.
I don't think I have Fireball.
Well, it would apply to any AOE.
Again, I don't think I have any AoE. Not that kind of, what is it?
Another kind of caster?
Not that kind of caster. Thomas's spells. His cantrips are Guidance, Message, True Strike, Mage Hand, and Thunderclap. Level 1, Bless, Healing Word, Shield of Faith, Magic Missile, Cure Wounds. Level 2, Gust of Wind, Spray of Cards, Find Traps, Lesser Restoration, and Pass Without a Trace. Level 3, Dispel Magic, Counterspell, Haste. Level 4, Dimension Door, Control Water. Level 5, Teleportation Circle, Dominate Person. Level 6, Mental Prison. Level 7, Crown of Stars. Level 8, Holy Aura. Level 9, Wish. Yeah, I don't think that any of Thomas's spells do AoE damage, so I think that would be a waste in this situation.
Weekend?
I don't recall if I said quickened or not.
Like quicken spell cast as bonus action, that might be useful.
Mirrored, Liquid, Twinned, and it. How many meta magic should I have? Am I short of meta magic?
I want to say it's 1 per sorcerer level, but I'm not 100% on that.
No, it's not per sorcerer level.
No, that's how many metamagic points you have, not how many metamagic slots.
Yeah. I had it up.
Say, it happens every X amount of values.
I just saw it. Third, you get 2, and then you get another one at 10th and 17th. So I should have 4. So I will be at the right number. So you're saying quicken spell. I can spend 2 points to get a bonus action casting. Okay. I'm gonna grab quicken spell then. Because yoink. Oh, I might have. Okay, cool. Thomas's level up is almost done, I think. I think I didn't put the HP on yet. Okay, Thomas's level up is done.
And again, remember, there's also a Magicite in the loot crate that also gives you extra meta magic options and extra sorcery points.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the loot crate under
Oh,
material.
I just don't ever use. I don't ever use my sorcery points very often.
Well, yeah, but
I suppose I could be using them.
you extra meta magic abilities and extra points to go with those abilities. So might be
Okay.
something in there worth looking at for you.
Remind me at some point when we're not in the middle of session.
I'll remind you like I remind you every other.
Well,
Yeah, that one's probably more. Straight. I have a warlock invocation that lets me think I'm a ranger.
given that Lince's equipment was stripped from him as a part of his sister's decree, Lindsay would be interested in and after you've since you spent some time with him, is interested in trying to get some of his equipment donated to his father's cause.
Okay.
In what way? I'm confused. Like, he wants to get his equipment donated from his.
Since he's not allowed to keep it.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
I now have ranger tracking abilities
Oh, nice.
because warlock.
Because Warlock. Righto!
Warlock is weird. I figured out how to build a warlock that thinks it's a ranger. I could talk to animals, and now I have tracking.
Okay. Let me bring up this sheet right quick. Okay. The Emperor Republic will also be keeping a portion of his equipment, so I'm not listing his entire amount. Just what is available.
Oh yeah, of course they wouldn't let us keep the good stuff. No.
Oh, daddy.
We're really interested to see what Kisa and friends can do with the
Come on,
mech suits
go.
and the ruins we found.
go. Or lay down.
Thanks.
Here's a door, here's to love that never dies.
In there.
So we go down, down, down the road, Witch's Road.
I assume I do. I do. Aaron's gonna kill me because I have to go. Hey, what level's next?
Oops.
What's that? You didn't hide that fast enough. It's on the stream. It's on the internet. It's forever. You're gonna have to pay Tristan to cut that footage.
Go back in the slow mo to find it.
Like the hell is this nun?
Down, 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 down the road is road.
Okay. So there we go. Oh my gosh. My numpad is being like, no. Which like, but yes, though. Okay. Guys.
That was a great session, guys.
Can choose 8 items. I would put his crafted magnesite crystal in there, but it wouldn't work for anyone else.
Hmm.
It's a class feature, and therefore he has it via attunement. Okay. I realize I cannot type LDL very well. Unfortunately, he cannot give you a sorcery points. That would be nice, though.
Again, I can't think of the last time Thomas actually used his sorcery points, so. The only question is, can you use Twin Spell on Magic Missile?
It has to target.
Yeah, it has
one
to be a
target.
single target, so no.
I mean, it technically is a bunch of single targets.
Yes, but because it's firing multiple projectiles that can be multi-targeted, it does not count.
In the same way that Scorching Ray can't be used.
Yeah.
Boo. Give the people what they want. They want level 18 magic missile.
Can, however, double cast it
As I
using quick spell.
Yep.
Mmm.
Oh, something really
Yeah.
funny. Use bounce with it.
Oh, does that allow it to go to multiple targets?
I'm not 100%. I just remember it allows conditional multi-target.
I'm imagining we get to the final boss and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do so much damage. 9th level magic missile, cast it, and David's like, oh, it's immune to force damage.
They have the brooch of shielding, they cast shield, any number of things.
Oh, I can reveal this now. Lindsay's personal magicite crystal. One, it's a class feature, but it grants immunity to spell damage,
That's nice.
which is why it's like, oh wow, when you convinced him to not fight you, that was a really good thing. He's essentially a artificer of magicite. But yep, I do have the list there. I am. Did I ask what I was doing?
You asked, I hadn't gotten around to figuring that out yet.
Okay. Oh, and is the ship going on land? Because if I remember correctly, it can hover.
I did not account for possibly doing it over land. 1 second, I will remap that.
Oh, right, it can do that. Mark II land ship.
The Spelljammer 2.0.
Technically, it's a Spelljammer 0.5. Okay. So if we're just doing the straight shot,
I will say, however, I recommend you bypass going directly through cities.
I'm not driving through any cities based on this straight line that you have here.
Right.
That shaves 3 whole days off.
Cool.
Which means if by the time we factor in the wind fan, that works only a third of the day. So I call it 25 days.
Okay.
So, pretty damn good time. and that again, that shaved off 3 whole days not having to go around. I see artifacts on here. What do they do?
Are you going to? What?
Yes, because I can do that. Also, that was not there before.
That's because it wasn't there until you got closer.
Oh well, shit.
It's a fall.
Oh, okay. That's a problem, but it's not as much of a problem as I thought it was. Skykeeper Shroud, immune to lightning damage. The other thing was the washing pole, Naginata. Not that any of us use a Naginata.
All right, I can't affect the overpass without jump gate.
Oh, it says Naginata, but it's actually a great sword.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not gonna use it.
No, Naginata's a glaive.
No, I'm thinking of
The Nodachi?
the Nodachi. Sorry, I have lost some weed points.
Be something Sierra's into, but I don't think does us any good. If we get 3, I'm inclined to say the Skykeeper's wings, and then the mana and the healing potions. But that's just me. What do you think?
I haven't seen it yet. I was
20 chat.
I know. I was in the middle of a secondary task. Okay. Ooh, Sparrow Slayer. Washing pole.
Now, admittedly, I believe that the watching pole only has so much benefit as some features can only be used.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying it's cool, but it doesn't really help us any because none of us are samurai or anything.
I assume the wings don't stack with my wings. No.
It's an artifact, not an actual wing. It's a cloak specifically.
Yes, but it gives a fly speed of 60 feet.
Usually with items like that, you take whichever's higher.
Yeah, you can take whichever's higher.
Oh,
It also
I guess that means
has some benefit regardless of whether you can outspeed its flight.
Now it does take attunement. I don't know if you have attunement slots left.
hypothetically, unless the crystal takes up all my attunement slots.
It shouldn't, so you should still have your 3 or whatever.
Yeah. So yes, I would like the Skykeeper's wings. Unless you have
No, you take
something.
and I'll put the potions in the crate.
Okay.
I'm sure some of those scrolls would have been interesting to you. I guess.
I'm curious about them, but we have a bunch of scrolls we aren't using already. Potions we use constantly, especially those supreme mana potions. I don't think we've seen those, or if we have, it's been a long time. No, we've never seen supreme. I only have superior in here.
And to be fair, we've also never been level 30 before.
No, my Saturday group, I don't think you guys actually hit 30. I think you were like, what, 28, 29?
28, I believe, as I was able to do the spell bombardment thing.
So yeah,
it was like 26 or 27.
I think this is officially our strongest party to date.
I mean, not in total party count if it's just you and I.
I'm talking sheer level.
Yeah, sheer level, sure. Let's see. If you go by level times party, we're about an average. Ooh.
Or did her level up?
Okay, well, since we're good there, if there's nothing of note you think Ro would be doing, I can.
Of note, I don't think anything specific aside from we know he's been popping in on Kami occasionally to do training. Definitely have to.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What? She said she wasn't seeing anybody.
I don't know what to tell you.
Hmm.
I'd say Ro's been popping in about once a week.
Hmm.
Now I'll double
I
check
see.
with her to make sure she's okay with it, because there was a thing of if she tells you to fuck off, don't show up.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously a bunch of painting to catch up on. Because a lot of shit's happened since the last time I got to sit down. And this is a great time to sit down and catch up with Kara as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that should account for most of my time.
Yeah. Actually, you can't actually learn spells.
Nope.
Okay. In that case, then, where be the boat?
Uh, I can move it. Remembering it. Can't type.
French toast?
Branch toast. I get off ruler. Can I move the boat? I can't.
Ah.
Oh, wow. Doing it that way, I shaved a whole 2 days off. I can navigate like a boss.
That's nice.
Actually, technically, I can now that I'm proficient in survival.
Okay. Are you
Oh,
putting?
that's also something I can be doing. Putting in training time, so gaining proficiency in vehicles, water.
Yes, you can. You can
Because
also
you
be
can,
craft.
because you can pick that up without actually having to level.
Yeah, it just takes time.
Yeah.
You can also be crafted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, painting.
Well, yeah,
That is a crafting tool.
you're not wrong. I see you're parked at the edge of the fall.
Well, I wasn't sure if you actually wanted us to sail into it or not.
That's your choice. You want to sail into it.
I mean, Ro would totally go into the fall because that's what he does, but I also know the ship's crew is not, trained embers, so them waiting outside of the fall, unless we have reason to believe we have to charge through the fall to get to our goal quickly.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if there's any context clues that would indicate the fall means we have to hurry to the academy, or whether we should just, we can just wait it out.
You could try waiting out. That's not a problem. It is covering a rather large area, though. Considering it's around the academy, the embers are probably doing what the embers be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Given
yeah,
how large this map area is,
yeah, just where it's
Yeah.
covering roughly 4 days of travel time.
yeah. So
Okay, so in that case,
Ro would be making sure the boat is covered, but yeah, the rest of that I think we can. The time we made up getting here this quickly, I think we can we can use to wait out the worst of the fall, and just have Ro and the other trained characters making sure nothing gets too close to the boat.
Okay. In which case, given where you've landed, you have not landed in any of the desert areas of that particular part of the archipelago. You are in a hilled forest region. Which means that the crew will be going out, and if there are any herbs or fruit-bearing trees in the area, they're foraging for supplies.
Well, Lane in theory knows how to supervise that, so I won't worry about that. We'll make sure to let Thomas know of the update. Like, hey, ran into a fall. I mean, waiting a couple days for that to clear. We'll send a tree for you once we're there.
Send a tree. There's a sapling.
It's like a box shows up at the front door, and he opens it, and it's a tree. Like, it's time.
Yep, some druid needs to set up their version of Uber where they cast, was it Awaken? So, awaken they make the plant so they have a tree that will go to your house and then they can send you through it.
That would be funny. Okay.
They just arrange for trees to show up at both ends.
Given the extra time allegedly spent with your with your wife and kids, do you want to take any time to convince them to become traveling companions? Or do you not want to risk that given the high level shit you guys are going to be going into?
Wait, what?
I was wondering if you wanted to take since there was some extra time, I was wondering if you wanted to take any of it to try to convince people to become companions or perform some other kind of
Maybe a Baldur's Gate-esque. Hey, whenever the final battle happens, E there or B square.
cool. Cool.
Like, hey,
If I get
when we have to go fight the moon to save the world, you'll be there, right? Oh, did you say you need a persuasion check from me?
Yeah, if you're actually trying to convince them of that. Also, because many days are passing,
All the days. Right, downside, the bad guys can do with teleport, so I'm not sure how much time we're actually getting.
You still have to have like a point to teleport to, yeah?
With the teleport spell, not the teleportation circle, but the actual teleport spell, if you have an idea where you're going, you can in theory get there, but there's a high chance of it messing up and possibly, really hurting you. even if you know where you're going, there's a chance it'll mess up and hurt you. So most people try not to do a straight teleport versus a teleportation circle if given the choice, but these guys are already in a death cult, so who knows what they're willing to do.
Okay. It's going to be a total of 30.
Okay. Okay, with a 30.
Hey, look at that! You made some bank.
Damn.
Yes,
Daniel.
don't forget that the Dens of Sin make money.
All those mini games, the chocobo races, all the chocobo races.
Okay, with that, you could convince um Teresa and or uh Lindsay or Fiona to be there. It's an and or because Fiona's kind of insisting someone needs to stay to look after the businesses.
Oh yeah, no. Fiona, no. Uh, she's mortal. No offense. Little squishy. We keep the little lady. The little lady keeps the business running and keeps the money flowing. And the boo, she keeps the money flowing in and the booze flowing out. She's got a very important job. Besides, considering that, like, what's the current status on the rebuild of Cardinal?
So I believe it's only been about
I mean, it's been a couple of months at this point.
2 months.
Well, we just added a month, so I'd say 2 to 3 months probably.
I would say at least 3 months by the time we're getting to the end of that.
That's
Because
the end of getting to Ignis anyway. Yeah.
3 months. The surface level is has been rebuilt. The other levels and the Magicite Spire is still under construction. A bunch of umbral Magicite crafters are kind of have been kind of on site figuring out, can there be these things salvaged? Does an entire spire need to be made from scratch and getting that done?
where do we source the magicite?
Making the vertical build with the city plates will take a rather long time to rebuild, since that requires the spire to be there first, and then the scaffolding stuff is built off of that.
Hmm.
Right now, the surface level is sustaining off of smaller magicite crystals that have been brought by the Emerald Republic to make a kind of patchwork network of power for the buildings and such to be running off of. Though it's not as extensive as when the Spire was in place in terms of the overall output that they support. Fortunately,
Okay.
fortunately Solemn is one of the richer areas. Um, Cobalt is sponsoring
Yep. So the question is, did the Den of Sin get a better placement in this new world since we sort of saved the city?
well, it's not like the well, it's not exactly on a pedestal. The Den of Sin in Cardinal um, is frequented much more
Okay.
as more of a as more of a regular place for like the not just the people of Cardinal to generally kind of cycle through, but the um, outsourced work for the repairs in the city have also made it a bit more of a hotspot. Waiting a few days then for the fall to diminish. Gonna be down over here. And as I mentioned, that'll take a few days, but it will clear up, allowing the allowing hopefully safer travel, as there's been various sounds of distant combat and kind of explosion-y sounds over the few nights.
Okay.
Oh, that was a much tinier baby ball.
Nope, it's beautiful. It's over there now.
Well, let's just make sure that it doesn't grow up. Let's just make sure it doesn't grow up into a big mama fall.
Well, it was a big mama fall, and now it shrank.
Oh.
It was covering like 4 days worth of squares in diameter.
Like we can sail basically right up to the academy.
Okay. As you were sailing, there are areas of ground, whether it be sand or more solid things like cliff faces, that have been formed shoots of earth that were not there before, towering, um, very solid ice still melting, uh, glass shards from where sand has become blast and jagged. So I will need a um, water quote unquote vehicle roll. And it sounds like you have not send a tree yet.
As we are getting, probably at this point, I probably would send a tree through the ship to go get him.
Okay. It's time.
Time. Dun, dun. Thomas will I guess his daughter's likely gonna have to come back with us so we can send her back via tree.
I can do that.
Okay, so he and the daughter will hop in the tree. The son is staying with Fiona, yeah?
Yes, that is my understanding of the various trades of he's relinquished to your care and you relinquished him to Fiona's care.
Yeah.
So you will yeah, you guys can definitely do that. And it is spent, which I know there's a number of things going on.
Yeah. Piloting roll.
Up to navigate the terrain altered by the fall.
Guessing Dex. Can't really guess. Well, if I think I got spotters and shit, so presumably I have an assist.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if somebody wants to slap a guidance on or not. Either way, I get the assist.
Do I have guidance? Say I have guidance. I mean, yeah, I can slap a guidance and a luck die if you want.
If you want the luck, spend the luck die. I know guidance is free, but if you want to spend the luck die too, I'll take it.
I mean, right, we've just come out of a full thing, so I've got 12 of them.
2 tree.
So
I like how you're phrasing like you have some trees in your inventory that you're expending.
Don't I? No. Okay, your luck die is D10 at this point.
yeah.
Critical. No.
Okay, yeah, you are. I assume the luck helped a lot. Look at the luck over of 8. Yeah, you with a bit of luck, you are able to navigate around rather swimmingly. Down here, shift, shift. Okay. While you will have the Innis Academy in the distance, though in sight. Academy, you can go to the bio and info to actually get the
Dun dun dun.
it is surrounded by a field of mystical energy, kind of waving and distorting around it.
Where did you put it?
It popped as a pop up in the Roll20
Oh, it popped up, but then like
Academy, and then you click bio and info to actually see the
oh. Okay, that's why. Okay. The 5th Academy.
Yep. There's currently a shimmering, shifting field of energy around it. From this distance, while you cannot make out any detail without some kind of spyglass or other kind of identification, about excuse me, about 5 miles east of the location is some kind of smaller structures and like silhouettes of things moving around. Again, there's a lot of distance, so
Well, we
you
do have a
can't really make
spyglass
out
on
those.
board, so we can give that a go.
Okay. It appears to be a encampment that has been set up. Um, you will find that just purely by using the spyglass, you can't really make out a lot of detail. That being said, you can make a will roll or a wisdom roll.
Flat wisdom.
Save.
I'll say. A magical thing. Yep, that's great advantage right there.
Okay, yeah. You'll find that you're unable to make out any serious details beyond there are figures moving around, and you can determine that it is a encampment that has recently been set. Like these clearly aren't like permanent structures.
Okay, so some kind of
This is
possibly tied to the fall, possibly not.
outside of the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
academy.
west of the academy. Excuse me. And again, the academy is surrounded by a kind of like shimmering, shifting. Given the nature of the pollen, there's not exactly a litany of bodies.
Yeah.
Just terrain that has clearly been worked either through the fall itself, or by the weaponry and power involved.
I will pass the spyglass over to Arbelane, see if he can maybe get a better read on the situation than I could.
Okay.
Tarblane the perceptive one.
Well, it's a wisdom save, not a perception.
Oh, it's a save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be a luck save.
Yeah, you could make it a luck save.
I can do a luck save.
That's like, yeah. What do you think? What does that look like to you here? Yeah, my guess is they got some kind of perception filter or something going, requiring a saving throw, and I bombed it. So this is definitely one of those situations where even if I bombed it, I can go, "Hey, what do you see?"
Yeah, you are familiar enough with gear like spyglasses that you should be able to make out more detail than what you are able to make out.
Hey, what can you make of this? I could make a hat. I could make a brooch. I could make a.
It's a boat.
That's going to be a 26.
26. Okay.
After spending my luck points.
focusing kind of through the spyglass, you will be able to excuse me, you will be able to make out that there is actually. I will just shift to the map so you can. As you can see, there is there's an encampment there, depending on which area of the terrain that you currently looking at. D- See that is on.
One of these maps. Okay.
Yep, yep. It is a hodgepodge map.
It's a Franken map.
Yep. Not the best.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a Franken map. Sometimes you can make them look good, sometimes they look like this. It happens.
You also make out a number of.
Oh, those are awesome looking.
Big deal because he's having a bad dream. Might be a good dream. He's birthing. Oh.
For Turbulane, he needs to make I believe a history roll is what fifth would have it.
Hey. Can I make an arts roll and draw it? Performance.
If you wanted to, you could indeed make a roll to draw it if you would like. However, the history roll is if you want to know what it is.
Okay. The history roll is a total of an 11.
Oh,
And the art roll is a total of a 7.
okay.
There's this thingy.
Instantly offended by this stick person.
There's like some like squares that are like shaded in like rectangles. Another thing that lumbers into your spyglass's line of sight from behind a few things is this. And of course, there's also the people. The well-equipped looking people.
So looks like a military camp then or something, not theoretically not something we need to be immediately concerned with.
Um, the various mechanical things, um, hmm, and to a degree, people. Tarpaulin will see has varying degrees of battle damage. As far as your history roll goes, it is something that the Astrina Empire makes.
Lastrina's water, right?
No, the Astrina is the area. The Astrina Empire is the area that Ignis is in.
Yeah. Okay. So again, looks like local military. All right. So we'll hit the academy then, and if they give us any lore relevant to the camp, we can go check it out.
If you're heading to the academy, um, are you get closer to the shimmering field that's around it? Do you just want to walk through it, or
Or anybody about within the field that we could, get attention of? Or
um, you see damage markings reminiscent of elemental attacks within a fall digits
yeah, I was about to say,
You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone being about in terms of out in the open.
well, I guess we'll start by I'll check an orange at the field just to see how it reacts. I'll grab it from the ship stores.
Okay. Excuse me. Um, it will pass through, um, becoming moldy and gnarled,
Okay, so don't.
as if it's been either hit by entropy or age, or have life drained from it. That kind of effect.
Okay, don't fuck with the field. Got it. That also says anybody who's in there is also either fucked up or dead. So I guess we're stopping at the campsite after all.
Wait, what's happened at the campsite?
I pulled the ship up to the academy. There's a force field around it. I threw an orange at the force field. The orange like rapidly aged and came apart. So clearly the fire academy is currently locked off with some kind of entropy death field. So I'm thinking if we stop at the campsite, they might have an idea what's happening.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Sail as close to the campsite as we can get.
Okay. So I'm just kind of imagining you
Fly the flag of neutral truce party so they don't panic and start shooting at us.
ah, good. I was
Yes.
gonna have them shell you if you got too close.
Yeah, that. I remember they're at war and they were also particularly cranky. Don't need to start shit when the owner of this boat's nowhere to be found. I could probably fix it, but somehow she'd probably still notice.
How dare!
Something Captain always knows.
Okay, you don't want to pull up too close. Then, are you going to pull up like to be on the map, or are you gonna like
Just
not
off,
get?
just off map.
Okay.
And then we can go down the ladder and walk over. But since we have the ability to cross land, we can get closer than we normally would, assuming the ship can get up there.
Okay. And since you are flying a flag of "We no hurt you," um,
Neutral, free trader, truce flag thing.
yep, sounds good. Sorry, just a person that you. I just think that the image crossover is funny. Um, sure, there we go. Okay, the by the time you get here, you will notice that um cannons have been set up on the watchtowers. When I say cannons, they look like multi-barreled crank cannons.
Rotary cannon. Awesome. Must be a nightmare to reload.
Okay, let me. Well, first off, I was just gonna drop people, but who's offboarding?
Thomas, obviously.
Thomas, Rowe, uh, I guess the usual suspects. So Thomas, Rowe, Zasha, Mint, and Kara, I believe, is our current default party.
Glad you reminded. Fireflies! Yay! So fireflies are out. Okay. As you're with you approaching, one of the dudes here, will walk up to you. As there has been enough time passing, anyone can make a history roll if they would like to identify these things. If not, it'll just approach you, and there'll be
15 on the history roll.
okay.
I don't know if my memory stuff comes into play here or not.
Like your with your immortalness, no, because this is relatively more recent. It's something that you may have encountered wandering around post calamity.
Okay.
So 15, 20. Okay. Um, for Tribelane, you will know that these are incredibly advanced, well, compared to everyone else. Um, non-magic um, armor using um, a combination of water pressure and gears uh, to function. That you have heard that some may have alternative powers, sources of energy. Um, you're not 100% on what these alternatives are, though. But you do know that these are not automata. Um, they're kind of advanced armor.
That's a powered arm. Okay.
With the 20, row. You are aware that these are Ustrino warframes, which are not which are non-magical non-magical devices or suits in this particular case. There's a larger one over on the western side that is obviously too big to be a suit. Um, excuse me. They are the Ustrina's answer to combating things like giants and elementals and trying to replicate like the Magicite warframes that you guys wore in the Dome City. Um, you are aware with that 20 that some warframes may be augmented in various ways by Nephesite to perform magic-like effects by the disruption of existence, rather than the Magicites empowering and influencing of existence. There are these do range from suit size to building size, depending on the model. Um, in this particular case, um, again with the 20, another nice roll. This is the USW in 3 Zoldir. Um, the voice of the wearer will be somewhat muffled but understandable. None of us expected to see a ship sailing in over the ground. Given the flag you're flying, I hope you're a merchant and not pirates.
Only but pirates. You got any booty?
uh,
Ouch.
Not me personally, but there are a few around here that I'm sure would be interested. Oh, it looks like you just missed the fall.
We were caught out on the periphery on it for a couple days.
In that case, you either have incredibly skilled crew members, or at least one of you is an Ember.
Pro Magus. Ember, first class, non-union.
Hmm. See. Ugh. Well, in that case, I am Kinsolus, Ember of the Ignis Academy, and fortunately survived what's recently transpired. You'll find all of us here are.
Oh, good. Then you're in theory the people we want to talk to. We had a business at the academy, but clearly it's cut off somehow.
Clear that someone took advantage of the fall occurring to um, get past our guard as it were. That field around the academy um, is some form of necrotic barrier. Obviously, none of us can get through it, and these aren't exactly autonomous constructs.
Mm.
The the Nephesite can somewhat we can weaken the effect, but well, even with that, people who stuck some limbs in didn't appreciate it too much.
Hmm.
Now we could go and seek out a significant amount of epicite from say one of the supply depots, but that is something currently being deliberated. I don't suppose any of you are familiar with the kind of magic being um, involved. They were clever enough to well put it around like they did, um, thanks to us being anti-magic for the most part out here. I am confident that there are embers within the building that are that are unaffected, but clearly anyone from the surface wouldn't be under the protection of the Nephthite's disruptive effects.
We could try taking a look. We do have some experience with magic.
Um, you uh the rather 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 dashing one. I didn't catch your name. You were trying to say something a minute ago. He's referring to Tarblade. As last I checked, Tarblade still kind of has like a open shirt thing going on.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying, so probably wasn't important.
Hmm? I guess we're taking a hike up to the academy then.
Hmm.
So is there a way past the barrier?
That's what we're trying. We need to find out.
Hmm.
Well, Celestial set a pipe up. We've scouted around the academy, and the field seems to be encompassing its perimeter. Now, you had business there, so clearly you're wanting to help out. Uh, I I suggest you to I suggest you talk to Cray if you're wanting to get any larger sense of how you could be of assistance, provided he wants you to assist at all.
Okay, where will we find Craig?
If he's not in the central tent, he's going to be in the long rectangular one to the west of it. There are people within the encampment that are noting that kind of you guys are here. Um, People that aren't in any kind of helmeted or warframe armor um, will you'll be able to tell there's a variety of reactions, and I get a charisma roll for just for straight charisma.
Straight charisma.
Yep. Oh, this isn't fair. Oh fuck. Okay. No one mouse over Kara's score.
That's a 19 on the dice. So I believe a 24. Yeah, just straight charisma, that would be 24.
Okay. Okay. For Ro, Carbeline, and Kara. Supposed to share some rolls actually as well. Oh, you rolled pretty good. First +1. Cool. Okay. For Rose, Asha, and Carbeline, as well as Kara. For the people that you can read the faces of, um, their your arrival has has inspired, depending on the individual, a clear sense of belief that there are extra people here that look competent. Um, some clearly less experienced members that are in admiration either of your gear or the inherent confidence you're exerting. And some people that are flustered. Um, if you have frequency and sight, you would be able to tell that some of the people being flustered is just finding the side of you people some level of attractive, the other, and a subset a little bit of kind of pride fallen but appreciative of new blood. There's just a variety of reactions going on. Um, Given you guys are no longer hostile, the rotary cannons are no longer pointed. Um, just for those with decent passive perceptions, they were, but now they're not. So, sure. um, so, um, and in terms of asking about, where where you guys again, either the center tent or the rectangular one off to the far left of the where Solus believes Crate, one of the two places Crate Solus thinks Crate would be.
Now, since we get to the center tent first, I imagine that'd be a good place to start.
Okay. Um, bit of bit of murmurs and Tarblian is going with.
What am I rolling? Sorry.
We're rolling nothing. We're just going to the center tent. Assuming you're sticking with me versus wandering off on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely sticking with.
Also, your wings, are they just kind of out? Are they tucked in? Are you?
He always keeps his wings tucked when he's meeting strangers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's habit. Mostly because of Kami.
Okay.
Also, I will give you a warning. I think I'm not going to make it past 3 a.m., so about 45 more minutes.
Okay.
So 45 minutes, so 9 o'clock our time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm fighting hard to stay that long.
Okay.
gotcha. Thanks. As you've encountered an entirely new area, I mean, there will be probably a little bit of role play, or unless you guys want to jet off to do something a little more active. But going into Central Tent, you'll see that there are racks that are holding some of the USW freeze. There's a sound of kind of tinking as people are trying to repair them. Um, a central central table has been set up. Unlike in say the upper levels of Cardinal or in the Umbrella Republic, the desk is not producing any kind of illusion or shape molding effect. It is a paper map with like figurines representing things on it. Amongst the people around the table, which are which sounds like they're talking about and very for murmurs of more understandable languages, just kind of like okay, what's been checked over here. They're operating with some cleanup operations and trying to figure out the source um, of the shimmering necro field, depending on which side of the table you're talking to. But keeping a supervisory eye on things is come on, this individual.
Destro's cousin.
Wearing
How do
the business casual.
It's like, what's a GI Joe character doing here?
Setting up for the crossover, obviously.
Well, I mean, we crossed over with Transformers. Why not Final Fantasy?
No. I'm in a crossover between the Saturday GI Joe game and.
Right, like I said, the GI Joe game did a Transformers crossover, so why not a Final Fantasy crossover?
There's a Transformers RPG?
Made by the same people that made the GI Joe and the Power Rangers RPG. Yeah.
Yep.
I know, but we're running it?
No, but the GI Joe RPG, we had an adventure where we crossed over with the Transformers because the people that made the RPG printed an official crossover, and they just released a second one.
No. I was saying that the Saturday night game would cross over with the Final Fantasy game.
The
only one who's going to have to run two characters is you.
I think we'll have to wait for the gaming equivalent of Super Robot Wars to happen.
I mean, if Armoros comes out of Mark mode, technically he'd have to run too, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, just me.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot that he's technically still sitting in Mark mode as an NPC now.
Yeah, it's like if you want him on the map, I can play him, but
he's on the boat.
What do you mean? We left him in the Holy Republic. We'll call him when we need him.
We left him in the standby character box, wherever they go when you put them in standby.
The reserve section.
We left them in.
Actually, we very pointedly left him as far away from my daughter as we can.
Well, if we left him on the boat, then we have an eye on him to make sure he's not near your daughter, wherever she went, and...
That's fair. I'm going to need to learn a scrying spell.
That was great. You cringed so hard. It's like, how dare! I will mind wipe a relationship out of existence.
So I'll approach Lord McCullen because clearly he's the leader.
Yeah, I will tilt up and
Wait. One final thought. It's finally time for Thomas's big use of the wish spell. I I wish Amros was a virgin and has never had sex, and anyone he had sex with forgets that he existed.
I mean, you know what? That is not the most unreasonable thing that I've heard people use the wish spell for.
It's not enough just to take his daughter from him. He's going to take his entire sexual history from him.
That seems unnecessary, but I'm not a parent, so what do I know?
I think that officially the dragon would have more play than he would.
Did we bring Keegan?
Keegan is Amoros's class feature, so I don't think we can have one without the other.
Mm.
I mean, Keegan's around. We could talk to him, but I don't think we can actually use him.
Okay.
If we're going to approach, you're certainly an interesting band of people.
What was the guy's name again? I want to say Pycon, and I know that's not right.
Ray is what the soldier his name was. When he says interesting people, the helmet is clearly more eyeing Kara and Mint.
Craig, I presume.
Yes, yes, I'm Craig Kentor, current administrator of this encampment.
Rome Magus, Emperor First Class, non-union. Told you were the one to talk to about if we had an issue, if we wanted to help with getting through that barrier. We got business at the academy.
Are you related to the legendary Magus?
I am.
In more ways than one.
I'm not sure I can be more related than I am, but yeah, sure.
Huh.
Oh, see, you're also carrying the crystal.
That's fair.
For any people wielding magic, while you're in this tent, mana costs are doubled.
Oh shit.
Due to various overlapping like cores.
Good thing I still have 162 out of 120.
Given that you were let in here and not fired upon, I'll take the fact that you are wanting to be helpful for granted. He's somewhat distracted by your party composition.
We get it. They're cute. We brought all the mascots just to fuck with you.
Well, in terms of getting through the barrier, we have sent scouts out to try to find the source. Given how complicated and strong it is, it's clear we're dealing with some fairly powerful magic users that have been able to shape their field in such a way as to only minimally be affected by the by what magicite is in the area, or sorry, what nephicite is in the. Now, And unless you have some way of just getting through the barrier, you have some scouts that we haven't heard from that I would prefer not to dispatch our defenses to go and make contact with. One is exploring what are still hopefully intact underground tunnels. The other is on the surface. I'm using their particularly powerful tracking skills to go and try to, well, go on a bit of a mage hunt. And I can show you where they're at least projected to be. I could also use some escort for some people I am planning on dispatching to 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 the supply depot in a nearby small town. Could use could use some extra I could use some extra escort, any manpower that I don't need to spare here. I'd rather have them focusing on repairing the gear. So when we find out something actionable to do, all of us will be maintained and ready. Ro, can you make me a intelligence roll with advantage?
Great intelligence.
Yes, this is relying on memory.
Right. Plus 142.
Super smart. Okay, 16. Okay. You mentioned you were spending time with Kara for this part of the time pass. You are aware that um she has the ability to um disrupt barriers. It's not necessarily foolproof. In other words, there's a contest involved. But it is a thing she can do. And this can pretty much work on anything from a uh from a from a wall of force to, in theory, any other kind of magical magical barrier. I think it's something large scale. It may not be able to address the entire thing, but it should cause a local um due to how she came back. Um, she is very dense in existence at the moment, and use that um, to disrupt things like barriers or say empower spells.
Okay.
Um, that being said, it is kind of one of those things of it was like it's like it is unusual enough that she finds it odd that she even has the ability.
Okay. So based on what we've just been told, our options are cave rescue mission, locate the missing rangers above ground, supply escort, or see if Kara can brute force us through the barrier.
Um, As far as Row is where, yes, that's the summary.
Any of those jumping out at you, Charbelaine?
Oh, wait, are you voicing the fact the car can do that?
No, no. I was like, it'd be more phrased as, okay, so we've got those, the three, options that, we've been offered here, or we can go take a look at the barrier. Because that had been
Okay.
over there by the other guys that, maybe, so we know stuff about magic. Maybe we can see something at the barrier that they can't.
Yeah.
So we had
You said there was a rest.
or go check out the barrier.
I would imagine one of the rescue missions would fall more in what Thomas is wanting to do, but there's also the side of do we know what's caused the barrier?
No, that's what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And both the two rescue missions are both people that went looking into it and haven't come back yet. So theoretically, either
Then we should do
potentially lead us to that.
the rescue missions because we need to figure out who's behind this, because Thomas's mindset is that the Black Robes might have beaten us here because they were ahead of us at the last one.
And this does seem like the kind of thing they could have set up. Do you have a preference between the above ground or underground one?
Let's do the underground one because at the end of the day, maybe we'll find a back door into the
That's
thing.
most likely. The guy did seem to think that people underground were probably safe from the barrier, so if we can find a cave way in, that All right. So we'll go looking for your missing spelunkers.
Are all of your companions suitable for that?
I mean, we're all combat trained. We've been in caverns before, and we have enough spellcasters to offset any skill deficiencies that might come up through other means.
You know where you are, right?
Yes, I'm aware that there's nethicite all around, so the spellcasters are only of limited usefulness. And I imagine the caverns are probably more likely to be riddled with the nethicite than the desert, just because by their very nature and the stuff being underground.
Oh, you are well informed.
I know how rocks work. Yes.
I'm more concerned about your support members. Um, Gesturing towards Kara and Mint. Even without having producing insight, it's clear that Gray here is like they aren't they aren't suited for this. He's purely going off of the fact that they don't look particularly armed. They don't have a quote unquote aura of power about them, which is why he's classifying them as like support.
Well, I mean, technically they are support. Mint calls on dead people to give us buffs, and Kara supports us with big explosions. I believe they call that artillery around here.
Like two of them could stay here to help out around the camp. Kara will at this point interject. We aren't exactly a military outfit, and we do have names. I'm Kara. This is Mint. We do have abilities in our own right that even if somewhat affected, but by the sighting area, could still be of assistance with the rest of our friends. You don't need to have big swords or hefty armor to be useful. Cray paying more full attention to her, kind of again kind of eyeing her. Your magicite gems, your weapons empowered by the world tempered by the mists won't be as effective here as you think. And in Estrina, you clearly clearly aren't aware. Is rare, not given the proliferation of the disruption that permeates most of the empire. So yes, developing big swords, suits of armor, cannon not relying not relying on your arrow firearm crystals are things that keep us safe both defensively and offensively. So I'm well within my realm of experience to be concerned of your magical effectiveness, your ability to shape reality and existence. If that is not a concern of yours, then frankly I find you foolish. That being said, we do have some excess supplies here that I am willing to lend you, offset the deficiencies you may acquire by in no our esteemed mainlands as it is. Um, Kara's looking a little a little agitated. Um, Mint, on the other hand, is um a little shaken. It's not so much fear, but as the fact that she wasn't necessarily considering the amount of disadvantage that being of the Eastern Empire might actually impart. Because again, she's used to being around spirits and such, which while they may be here, she's now considering, well, what if I can't talk to them like I usually? She's not so much voicing that, but she's kind of looking to the side, clearly contemplative. Her ears are kind of in a more in a less confident position.
I'm sure we'll be fine, though we will happily take your offer of supplies and directions for where we should start looking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In terms of equipment, we have four Isolders and a Ursine as surplus that I can lend to you.
So the mech suits, right?
Yeah, those are two types of mixes. The Isolder is the one that first approached you.
And then the other one's the other one we saw.
Yeah, the larger one that probably has a cockpit is the Ursa.
I'm pretty sure the Ursine's not going to fit in a cave, unless it's a pretty damn big cave.
The Ursine is large,
Yeah.
as opposed to medium. The fact that he's suggesting it implies that the cave would be large enough to support it.
Or at least parts of the cave they're aware of.
Yeah. Um,
You trying to say something?
No, I didn't say anything. I did have a thought, but
You have a thought? Shit.
I don't know if I want to play that hand yet.
Yeah, okay.
The one beautiful thing about being underground is that Thomas becomes way more powerful in the ground.
Yep. Well, your Earth Crystal becomes a lot more useful. Your wings, we don't know yet.
no, yet.
That's it. There is a certain appeal of sticking mints inside of a mech suit and saying, "Okay, you talk to dead people from in there," or sticking Zasha into a mech suit so he stops dying.
Okay. They what's available on the more man portable side are they have a variety of um crafted netherite crystals that will deflect magic, i.e. you will have damage reduction against like directed or area spells.
But I imagine that would also affect our spell casting if we're wearing them.
Yeah, if you are using them, it would have an effect on your own ability to cast. It wouldn't shut it down in its entirety, but it would affect it. There are large mechanical mechanical swords that you guys can use. They're clearly meant for the builders, but I mean, if you're strong enough, you can wield it. They are these large weapons are also large gun blades.
Oh.
So think of like buster swords that are also gun blades.
Yep. Also a gun.
Well, they do not have. They do not have healing potions. They um, do have what they refer to as um, rejuvenating syringes. They act as healing potions, except you get the healing over 2 rounds, half in the first round,
Half on
the
the
other
second.
half on the second.
Okay, definitely take the syringes. What tier are those comes in, and how many they got?
They have what they're willing to spare anyway, are 4 4 greater and 2 super.
Awesome.
They do not have an equivalent of a mana potion.
That I would not expect them to.
They do have nethicite grenades, which in this particular case are they're essentially grounded nethicite to make a cloud of nethicite crystals in a magical disruption. And I realize a lot of their stuff you might not want because they are anti-magic, but this is the place that is anti-magic.
I think I'm good with the syringes, but if there's anything you want, by all means.
They also have they are a limited use, but they do have jump packs.
Oh, what do those do?
Excuse me. Uh, they um they give you eight charges. That is a 80 foot movement.
My turn, you said.
Eight. Once it's expended, you will need to refill it with water. As the hydraulic system in use um, loses some water with each charge, as there is some loss.
Definitely take those.
They do weigh 35 pounds.
There.
To refill them, for instance, if you were to use a like a canteen or the equivalent of a water skin, um, draining your canteen or water skin to use as fuel would give it 2 charges.
Sorry, we cut you off, Matt. Was there anything you wanted?
No. I don't think I heard anything specifically. No.
Unfortunately, if there's any questions you have, because they could have some supplies here available that I just don't have quote unquote listed. So if you're wanting something specific, Trey might be aware of it being in their surplus.
These are the guys who like guns. If you're looking for special bullets, this might be the place to look.
Ooh, yes. Special bullets.
Okay. They of course have deficit bullets of varying grades. They excuse me.
Do they have a lead line case to keep them in? Or a magical case that they won't affect me?
They don't have any magical cases, as that site would inherently disrupt it.
Well, yeah, but there was a box that we've seen before that blocked the nethicite.
The ammunition will come in shielded boxes. Um,
Good.
they also have incendiary rounds, which will do fire damage. They have armor penetrating explosive rounds, which, while they do normal bullet damage on a hit, the target will need to make a Constitution roll as a explosion detonates after piercing their armor. Even if you have a pistol, the chain rounds won't be of use to you. Those are meant for like shotguns. Pretty much the side bullets. They do have fragmentary rounds, which will at halves your range. It will allow your shot to affect a 10-foot area.
I am good with just the nethicite bullets.
Okay.
I think.
There are nethicite bullets that drain spell points. There are nethicite bullets that disrupt ongoing spells. There are also poisonous nethicite bullets. Do you have a particular nethicite type of bullet that you are interested in getting?
Will the nethicite bullets block specifically the if they're shot at a magic user, would it mess up the magic user?
Well, yeah. Again, there's the for lack of a better term, the spell there's a bullet that'll damage spell points. There's a bullet that will disrupt ongoing spells. So like if someone has, say, mage armor up, for instance, and they're shot, the that particular kind of bullet would uh, attempt to disrupt the mage armor in this example.
They have spell canceling bullets and bullets that instead of doing HP damage do mana damage.
Yeah, there's also the poisonous ones, but you just asked about things that disrupt spellcasters. So yeah.
Yeah. I want the ones that disrupt spellcasters specifically.
The ones that disrupt the spells.
Okay. To me, draining spell points is also disrupting these spellcasters.
Mhm.
Oh, but
Yeah, disrupting. I'll take the draining spell points too.
okay. Okay. You can get 70 shots worth to split between the two types as you'd like.
Okay. How many come in a case?
Typically 10.
10. Okay. How many cases do they have?
Oh,
Or are you treating it as an unlimited store?
oh.
Well, you said you could get 70 bullets worth.
Yeah, you can get 70 bullets.
Oh, 70 bullets
Yeah.
worth of each, or just maximum I can take?
To distribute between the two. They obviously.
Okay, then we'll do.
Just the amount they're willing to spare.
We'll do 40 of the draining and 30 of the spell interruption.
Okay. Make sure to note that down for yourself that you have them. The spell draining ones will do. Well, we'll just convert your regular damage into spell point damage. The grade that they're giving you for the spell canceling, the difficulty of the disruption on the target will equal your either your spellcasting DC or a value that I'd have to base off of your which I think is based off your spellcasting DC anyway.
Yeah, he's a sorcerer, so it's charisma anyway.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, it would essentially be your spellcasting DC for the grade that they're giving you.
All right, sounds like we're all kitted out then.
Well, you were mentioning the idea of maybe putting Mint in some armor.
You made a comment about putting Mint in the mech suit. Yeah, I don't know if she's down for that. Sure. I'm not going to force the issue, but since she's the one who seemed most concerned, that would be a way to address the concern.
She's okay for giving it a shot. The armor is also available to you guys if you like.
I can't imagine that type of armor is conducive to Rose fighting, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we all kitted out and we're just going to wrap here before we dive into anything else? Or
given you mentioned that you were fighting sleep already.
yeah.
It seems to be a good place to call it.
Yeah. So we can definitely definitely call it here. Yeah, I realize it was just a start. If you guys had wanted, or even next time, you can try to carouse with the people who are here. But yeah, so next time, you will have the spelunking, um, possibly with extra people, depending on how the beginning of next session goes. NPCs, to be clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I assume you'd have to. Triss is in this game. I am assuming that no one is going to get added randomly without it being a full party vote.
Is that just a me thing? Do other people just do that
um,
and not have?
the other GMs outside of this campaign that I've played with just kind of add people.
Yeah, like,
They're like, oh hey, I've got this person. They're joining the party now.
what was it? Fox is all like, yeah, Tellin's going to be joining us.
Yeah.
Just it's my experience that not giving not vetting them or giving the party a chance to see if it's okay with them just seems to lead to trouble.
Well,
What?
I don't know about Fox and Telwyn, but Cat, what he does is he takes players from his other game and uses it to fill his other party when they're down on numbers.
Okay,
But
well, at least at that point, he needed them to make sure they're compatible with his style, if nothing else.
Yeah, but he is also a paid GM.
And that's different with paid GM. It's like, okay, at that point,
he's running our Sunday. Well, he's a baby. Like he's turning 20 this week. So, but he our Sunday game is a free game, so he's able to go to players and be like, hey, yeah, so I have a free game that I've got a seat at, and then for the people that he's already vetted and likes. But
yeah, I guess I'm just weird for wanting to make sure everybody's cool with somebody getting dumped on them.
Well, I think also one of the things is the way you and I came up in gaming. I'm under the impression is rather different than many others.
Mm-hmm. Well, I understand that. It feels weird to me that the idea of going, hey, is everybody cool with me adding somebody?
Oh, I mean, yes.
Is considered unusual.
And I didn't mean that as in it's unusual. I meant that no one who knows you would pointedly add someone without your talking to you first.
Yeah.
Because it would upset you. So that was what the intent with that comment was. It wasn't that it was weird. It was that knowing you and knowing David's not randomly going to add some. Yeah. David's not going to go to Fox and be like, hey, yeah, we're currently really low on people in our Final Fantasy game. Do you want to join?
As I get the closest we'd have to that is if he had like a like a one adventure cameo or something. He might go, surprise, this person's here to fill this cameo role and then out.
Even then, if it was a cameo, it would probably be like a cameo of a player who dropped out. And that would be the only scenario where I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's like if somebody I knew, then surprise cameo was fine. If it's something somebody I've never met before, it's like, yeah, at least give me a heads up so I know to be on good behavior.
Beautiful, like David's boy.
But yeah,
I am.
NPCs, that's totally cool for me. Right, they're not 100% dead weight, or going to stab us in the back. If it's Mirage, I swear to God,
That was fucking hilarious. Again, it wasn't Mirage in that case, but
yeah,
still.
same idea. It's like surprise infiltrator.
I'm just gonna check.
That's what I was supposed to be for the Supers game. My one little cameo in that.
For the finale, that and never happened.
Anyway, it sounds like we're wrapping it, so I will end the stream here. Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.